Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Peter, and in today's video we'll be talking about power, because today I'll be mounting and testing the power block on my FX Impact M3. It's actually been a while since FX released the power block, and it's also been a while since I received mine, but I finally came around and found the time to do this video. When you order the power block, it's not enough just to get the power block. You also need to get the power plenum and the valve housing, but I'll tell you much more about that later. A test like this can be performed in many different ways, but I decided to do it like this. I'll do the testing with two different kinds of slugs, the 16 and the 20 grainers, both from SAN. The current setup of my gun is with the regulator at a 120 bar, and of course I need to mention that I have the 700mm heavy liner installed. Let me first explain the test on the 16 grainers. I'll start by shooting them here at this setup and see what the maximum velocity is. After that, I'll install the power block and I'll slowly raise the regulator and see at which pressure I get the same velocity as I did without the power block. And at the end, I'll turn up the regulator to 120 bar and see what the maximum velocity is after the installation of the power block. The test of the 20 grainers will be a bit more simple. I'll start out by testing them here at this setup and see what the maximum velocity is. And after installing the power block and reaching the pressure of 120 bar again, I'll test it again and see what the maximum velocity is after the installation of the power block. And if there's any effect, we'll see it after the test. So with that said, let's dive into the testing. So let's start out with the 16 grainers. I usually shoot them at around 970 feet per second, and now it's just shooting click by click on the power wheel and see when the velocity starts to drop. So okay, and we can take like three clicks here at the beginning.
988.
One more.
990.
That's not a big jump.
995. 997.
Those are small jumps, but it's still rising.
1000.
Okay. Maybe we are getting near the max.
1000.
That's the same again. I'll just give it one more click to be sure.
1002.
Okay, one more.
1002.
I will give it one more. I will keep on fighting.
1002.
Yeah, the last three settings on the power wheel has been at 1002, so I assume that this is the maximum velocity for this rec setting. And actually, very much in line with the way of tuning my gun, because I like to shoot my gun maybe between 20 and 30 feet per second slower than the actual maximum velocity. So the maximum velocity being just past 1,000 feet per second, and I'm shooting the gun usually at around 970. That makes good sense. But anyway, that's not the test. The test is to see what the maximum velocity is with the 16 grainers, and that was 1002. Now let's change into the 20 grainers and see what kind of velocity we can get from that. of course I need to change the settings on the app as well, so that I don't get the measurements from 16 grainers. So I'll change it right here. Okay, so yeah, that's ready. Yeah, let's see. Maybe I should actually just turn the power wheel down just by a couple of clicks. Now let's see what it is.
932.
That's actually the velocity that I'm usually shooting the 20 grainers at, and where I have the best accuracy. But yeah, anyway, that's not what this test is about. I turned up the one click on the power wheel.
930.
Maybe that actually is the maximum velocity at this setting. I'll just give it one more. Yeah, I'll just to be sure, I'll just release the front valve just a little bit to see if I've managed to release it enough. I'm pretty sure that I have.
930.
Yeah, even releasing the front valve didn't help it. So on the last 3 settings I had the maximum velocity for the 20 grainers at 932 feet per second. So now we know what the gun is capable of with the reg pressure at 120 bar with the standard block. So now let's go in and change into the power block. Okay, so now it's time to install the power block, but because this is not a how to install your power block video, I'll just go fast forward through a lot of it. There are a few things that I want to show you, components of the new parts that I want to show you up in close so you can see the difference. But anyway, let's start taking the gun apart and after that mounting the power block. And of course, the first stop in the fast forwarding is always make sure that you degas your system before you start taking the internals apart. That's very important. Okay, let me show you here the difference between the old and the new, and why you need to get this new plenum with the new valve housing when you get the power block. This is the old one. You can see that the O-rings are placed on the valve housing, and on this one it's not, because when you have the power block, it has, of course you can't see it, but then you have the O-rings inside the block, whereas in the old one you don't have it. So that's why you need to get both plenum and the valve housing plus the power block. Okay, and now to the moment of truth to see if the whole thing is tight. No hissing sounds anywhere, so that's a good start. So now it's just to reassemble the rest of the gun. Okay, and here with the crony back on, I think that's the installation finished, so let's continue the testing. Okay, so now we're back here at my private range after installing the power block on the M3. Not to make this too long, I actually took some shots as I was raising the regulator, and the result has been, now listen, at 98 bar it shot 944 feet per second, and that's with the 16 grainers now. At 105 it shot 963, at 110 bar it shot 977, at 115 bar it shot 988 feet per second, and at 117 bar it shot 997. So actually right now I'm back with the reg at 120 bar where I started, so that's the last test that I'll be doing with the 16 grainers. But anyway, let's see how it performs. I'll just turn on my crony. Okay, and this is how I've been testing at the other reg pressures. So with the low hammer in the beginning, and then gradually turning up.
990.
One more click. Okay, one more click. Okay,
97.
so there was a bit of an increase anyway. Oh, let's give it another click. Okay, it seems like the regulator is at 119, so I'll just give it a tiny nudge. Whoa. It can't be that it's actually slower with the power block. So just another 2 bar. Just turn down the hammer a bit again.
$1,000.
1,000. Okay. Give it one more click. It is at 120 now.
1,002.
There it was. Okay, with the reg at the same as it was before, it performs exactly the same. So with that result, let's go into the 20 grainers and see how they perform. I just need to change the settings on my crony. There. Okay, so yeah, let's shoot it at the same setting. Let's see what it says.
935.
So 3 more. Let's give it one more click. Okay, so it actually seems like that was the top. I'll just turn it down a bit to see if it has been too much hammer.
928.
Nope. Give it 2 more clicks again. I'll just take some shots and see if I can get it above 935.
930.
2 more clicks, and that must be it. I mean, it's very close to what it was before, like with the 16 grainers.
928.
Okay, so now it's overpowered on the hammer because it's starting to drop. Just take one more shot with a little less hammer.
930.
Yeah, so roughly the same result with the 20 grainers as well. But anyway, let's go into the conclusion. Yes, it's time to go into the conclusion, but before we do that, please remember to subscribe to my channel. It helps me quite a bit. So yeah, conclusion. I don't think there's much to say. The results with the new power block installed is exactly the same as it was with the old block. So if you're shooting 177, yeah, I mean, I'll let it be entirely up to you. But as for me, if I knew back when I was ordering the power block, the results that I know right now, I probably wouldn't order it anyway. But I have no doubt that it has some kind of an effect if you have a bigger transfer port or if you're shooting heavier ammunition. So for the bigger calibers, I'm pretty sure that it has the effect. And if you were to use the dual hole transfer port, even in this setup, I think that you would gain some kind of advantage, accuracy, velocity wise. So. But that's just guessing. But anyway, maybe that's a topic for a video in the future. But yeah, and just to summarize what my channel is about, it is to answer the questions that I have myself. And regarding this one, my question was, does the power block give you more velocity? And the answer is no. And then you can mark me in the comments. You're much welcome to do that. But see it as this: I'm performing a public service. So yeah, now you know the answer, and maybe you don't have to go and buy the power block yourself if you're shooting the 177. But yeah, anyway, that was the conclusion of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, once again, remember to subscribe to this channel. And apart from that, take care and shoot safe.